Ladies and gentlemen, your opponent fighting tonight on your left, ladies and gentlemen, Vegas with Tina Castro. Ladies and gentlemen, on your right, her opponent tonight, please make welcome Healy. Please, gentlemen, ladies, referee in charge, Nick Barker.
Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, Castle versus Pokehead, already grappling for position in this clinch.
So interesting to see Healy, or Pokehead, up on her feet, wrestling. Recently she's been working a lot of guard, you see in recent competitions, but then we've got the guard pull right as I say it.
She was just looking to get that leverage point, looking for an entry.
Looking to tie up on the hands right now, while Castle looking to work the feet, forcing their partner supine. This is really a good spot to actually put your opponent in when passing, just because it makes it difficult for them to initiate a lot of offense from their back there, difficult for them to close distance the way that they would like, which is why we'll see Pokehead come straight back up to seated again.
100%. Beautiful little trip there.
Ooh,
immediately getting to work.
Yeah, straight into a Berimbolo. Let's see where this takes them.
Castle smartly wanting none of it.
Doing a good job there of keeping her hips off the floor and working her way back up to the feet. Just makes it easier to defend a lot of these types of attacks. The moment like your opponent puts you down on the floor, really they're forcing that dilemma between some sort of leg attack and as well as or them gaining top position.
Show the fighters that support, ladies and gentlemen. They're putting the work in on the mat.
Castle staying nice and patient, really picking her spots. Especially someone who's just so willing to go down into guard. You can't give them anything. You can't get a grip. You can't give a grip away.
Especially as well, like that hip flexibility there's just such a nightmare to deal with. But she's doing a good job of just making sure she's not getting tied up too deeply.
She's looked for that knee cut a few times.
Yeah, and it's a great way to put heat on your opponent's guard. It's certainly a staple technique of no-gi jiu-jitsu. Just it's very difficult to frame and retain your guard against such a technique.
And it's such a dynamic movement.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, like it really fits into like a lot of different passing styles. You see people hit it with heavy pressure. Other people that are moving with a lot more agility and moving side to side. It fits into a lot of different styles.
Cheeky little pass there.
Yeah, forced away into half guard. Strong passing position there. And you can see Healy's trying to get her hands back in front over there, trying to build up frames from underneath, making it difficult for her opponent to pass.
That's sage corner advice. Just take your time. Just be patient. Absolutely. Why would you rush?
Castle's doing a good job with that crossface there as well, keeping her opponent's shoulders pinned to the mat. Makes it really difficult for a person on bottom then to start actually making space if they simply can't even get their back off the floor.
I mean, yeah, you can see how she's turning her head away. That spine, it's just not in alignment.
Exactly.
So hard to do those big movements needed to escape.
So right now you're seeing like this battle going on with leg position right now. Like the upper body's pretty much set. So really they're both looking to fight at the legs here. Seeing Pokehead trying to gain inside position with her feet. They're trying to put that butterfly hook in while Castle's trying to come up over the top into like a three-quarter mount. You see her working that knee back and forth there between that knee cut.
Yeah, and like you said, getting into that three-quarter mount, it's almost creating a dilemma of passing on its own.
Yeah.
Good a time as any to reset. amount of pressure Castle's able to just constantly put back. As she goes forwards, she tripods up to try and pass, and you just see how much pressure just comes down, and Pokehead's just forced to use her legs to try and negate the pass.
Absolutely, and it's good. It's good technical pressure. Like you'll see some people they'll take similar positions, and they really rely on squeezing the lines.
They try and mongrel it.
Yeah, but this is just beautiful technique here. And then immediately capitalizing on a partner turtling there, placing them in front headlock. And great guard recovery there
100%.
by Pokehead.
Educated crowd. Ooh. It is a sub-only comp.
Yeah, it does reward like flying armbar attempts such as that.
And it just gives your opponent something to think about. Like, especially we're beyond halfway now. It's been a very technical match. Just throwing something out there, getting them to think about something. You might want to slap on an armbar just like that.
Well, especially when gripping and setups is such an important part of jiu-jitsu. You're giving your opponent like second thoughts about reaching with that hand a little bit further than they maybe originally would have. It's just good to have those weapons in the back pocket.
Pokehead looking to get a little bit more aggressive from the bottom. And a lot of that doing is Castle just sort of making her force the action, which gives her an entry to pass. Oh yeah, leg entanglement. Oh, it's hard to see from where we are. I think she would have liked a little bit more exposure of the heel.
And I think really what made that difficult then for Castle, which that was a fantastic entry, but just a little bit more connection to the hips would have been probably needed.
There was that distance. You can see a bit of daylight.
Oh, now we're seeing Pokehead on top position, and then Castle starting to try and wrestle up from bottom position. Good little exchange then, resetting in the middle.
Might see a change of tactics here from Pokehead. She might look to see if she can get a dominant position on top. And it's Castle who pulls out and sweeps straight into mount.
That was an amazing... I mean, how do you describe that? Do you call that a guard pull? Do you call it a sweep? Do you call it a takedown? But either way...
It's all the above. It was a sequence. It was a sequence, and a beautiful one at that.
And so right now you're seeing Castle working just this dilemma between working either towards the back or submissions from the front. And really it comes down to Pokehead's elbow position there.
Yeah, it does.
Whether it crosses to one side of the belly button or the other is going to completely dictate what options Castle has in this sort of position.
It's such a great position, isn't it? It's pick your poison. And if you can keep them in that cycle of defense, they're not thinking about escaping, they think about survival. Either give up the position, like possibly give up your back, or you're fighting off submissions on the front.
Absolutely.
Castle's doing really well with that leg behind just to keep that back exposure.
Absolutely, yeah. Just like wedging behind a partner's back. So, and then, yeah, great back take.
That was beautiful. Straight into the body lock too. Pressure's on Pokehead now. 2 minutes on the clock. She's got her work cut out for her. She's got onto the right side though, Pokehead has, to take some of the pressure off that lock.
Yeah, really needs to be starting to address that support leg. Castle's in a great position right now with that body triangle. Really frees up her hands then to start punching just double strangles. Like when you're so locked down at the hips like that, it's really affords you those options.
Yeah, it's so liberty.
Pokehead doing a good job there. She's cleared the outside leg and she's escaped.
The urgency.
Immediately in the offense.
Wow. Castle's got the hooks in, but you don't want to be flat on your back. With those butterfly hooks in, you can't make the most of them. You need that extension.
Yeah, it's one of those interesting things where you see positions like this, and when you're trying to deal with someone with strong, flexible legs like that, it's all about shutting down the hips, not trying to address the legs.
That's a really good point you just made, Pokehead. We saw the flexibility of her guard. It's actually very interesting with people with that type of flexibility when they pass your guard.
Yeah.
Because they can tangle your legs up. They can get them in interesting positions. I mean, the classical one is BJ Penn.
Yeah,
He had some of the most interesting guard passes because he could
he put his opponents in positions exactly like this, where he'd fight to step directly over his partner's knee. Like you see, Pokehead's put her partner in a body lock here and like shelved the leg there, and now it's a matter of working away past the knees.
absolutely.
So we're almost seeing a very similar battle here, where Castle, like that Castle had before when she was in top position.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
35 seconds remaining. I think at this stage, like we're really, Pokehead really needs a submission, I think, to bring this back.
Yeah, I agree. I think she spent just that little bit too much time on the bottom. Castle's been the aggressor for a lot of this match. The clock ticking away. We might need to see something special. Castle's corner, confident that she's done enough to win this one. I don't necessarily disagree. Fantastic match from both girls. They both had their moments there. It was really good. It was really well matched.
Absolutely. Yeah, it'd be good to see both of them come back with for the next classic.
Fantastic pressure there from Castle. I mean, that guard from Pokehead just was so interesting.
Ladies and gentlemen, it goes to the judges' decision. And congratulations to your winner, ladies and gentlemen, Vegas Latino!
It was as we expected. Just fantastic pressure there from Castle. Pokehead had her moments, but
Castle just did a Castle just did a better job of just asserting her game there. Like constant pressure with that knee cut pass into the half guard, and then taking the back as well. Like it's hard to really deny that that's a winning strategy.
Absolutely, and just so long in those dominant positions. She had her moments. I think she had tapped a few more subs there as well. There was the armbar attempt, which didn't count for much, but it showed some initiative. I mean, what we're looking at right now, the leg entanglement was on her behalf. She initiated it. This was a fantastic sequence from jumping guard straight into like the sweep and taking mount. Then the back from there. It's very, like you said, it's hard to deny that she took that one. This scramble was beautiful.
That was a good battle from both of them there. That was a really interesting position. And then even here right now, it's just an